The following program is a Creative Magic Network production.
You're listening to the Frederic Bye Show, where sky is the limit and space is the place. Here's your host, Frederic Bye.
Welcome. Come on in, sit down, relax, put your earbuds on. Welcome to the Frederic Bye Show, and this radio podcast is about unleashing your creativity. Dr. Experts, we step into the unknown. It is an inspirational, magical, intuitive radio podcast as we chat with charismatic enigmas. That's right, artists, people from around the globe, musicians, singers, radios, business people, photographers, everything in between. I am Frederic Bye, the man of the hour, the man with the power too sweet to be sour. Hey, I'm funky like a monkey, I sting like a bee, produce sweet honey, and I am pretty. I am your favorite French Canucker, and today we have a particular show. We have a peculiar show. We have a special show, guys. Hey, it's a few days before Christmas. Actually, it's 2 days before Christmas. And I just thought, you know what? I'm not going to have a guest today. I'm just simply going to go over an interesting article I came across this week, actually, that I think might add value to your life. And, it's the holidays. It is an exciting time. It is a fun time, not for everybody, but for most people, right? And here it is, Deepak Chopra, one of my favorite author of all time, really. I think he's my favorite spiritual author. He wrote an interesting article back in 2013, which was updated in 2014, and it's on the Huffington Post, and he talks about the holidays, and I thought that it would catch your attention. And it goes like this, basically. The title of the article was, you can Google it on the internet. It's called "Happiness for the Holidays: Try an Experiment," and basically starts the article by saying the holidays, officially a time of good cheer, have become instead a byword for stress, overeating, running up bills, and injuring one's relatives. Does that sound familiar? And this falls in line with the last two posts on happiness that he wrote, and before that one, and our dubious relationship to it. It's hard, he says, it's hard to define a greater goal in life than lasting happiness. Yet modern psychology, with its notions about happiness being incidental and unpredictable, discourages us from believing in lasting happiness. He says, what's the solution? Well, he says, let me suggest returning to a simple but profound idea that has endured in every spiritual tradition. Unhappiness means that you are not being yourself. When you are being yourself, happiness is permanent because the true self is by nature at peace, blissful, and undisturbed by the ups and downs of daily life. And he goes on and define what happiness is for him, and to him is simply being yourself. And one of my favorite part of the article actually goes like this. It's actually the experiment. So he says the holiday season is actually a holy day season, which makes it ideal for examining your relationship to happiness. He says, I don't mean monitoring your mood as it goes up and down. Rather, use this time for a little experiment. As you move through the holidays, keep track of the following things that bring you closer to your true self or away from it. And he says, certain things that bring you closer to your true self are moments of peace and joy, feeling loved, feeling safe, having a sense that you belong, lightness of being carefree, oh yeah, appreciating your own existence, a sense of the sacred, of grace and blessedness. I'm sure that if any of you out there, meditates, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, right? You know what he's talking about, actually. And he says, as part of your experiment, he says, note the symptoms of moving away from your true self, the path to unhappiness. And he goes on, things like when you are away from yourself and your true self, other people push your buttons. Your family puts you in a box and tells you to stay there. Do we hate that? Oh gosh, I hate it. But anyway, you feel helpless to change. You need anesthesia of alcohol or stuffing yourself with food. You feel tossed about external stresses. There is no holiness that you can personally sense, and all the activity begins to feel pointless. And I just think that it was an interesting article, and so he goes on and says, so try the experiment for yourself, and then when New Year's comes, you can make some life-changing decisions about how important it is to be as happy as your soul wants you to be. He says this is the closest thing to an eternal message that this time of year has to offer. Isn't that refreshing? Isn't that refreshing? So I just want to thank Deepak Chopra for this amazing article. And you know what, guys? I just want to wish you a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year. And if you want to get a cool book, maybe for the holidays that you can get for free when you subscribe to our Creative Magic community, you will get the ebook Happiness Quotes by the Ambassador of Happiness herself, Maura Sweeney, one of our hosts. And I don't know, for all you people out there, I don't know if you, many people are lonely during the holidays, and the rate of suicide goes up. So I just thought, you know what, do what Deepak does, do what Deepak says, practice it, practice peace. I've learned in my life that peace and happiness are practices, and go pick up that book, by the Ambassador of Happiness, Maura Sweeney. So anyway, guys, next week, the Frederic Bye Show will take a break. Max Ivy, there will be an episode with Max Ivy, the blind blogger, on Thursday. So, and also, Maura Sweeney also will be there next week. But the Frederic Bye Show takes a little break, and we'll be back in 2017. With that, guys, stay safe. And don't forget, live with purpose, passion, and love. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to the Frederic Bye Show. For more information, go to fredericbye.com. That's Frederic with a C, bye like bye-bye.com.